Hello y'all. Welcome. This is lesson 4, and we are talking about weaving lightweight cloth. This is the Epically Creative Weaving course. We are in module 4, and I am Amy D. McKnight. In this lesson, you will learn why you want to use two heddles for weaving fine or lightweight cloth, how to weave with two heddles as one, and some places to find project ideas and inspiration. All right, here are some reasons to use two heddles for fine or lightweight cloth. The heddles of a rigid heddle loom generally come in 3 main sizes across loom brands. Some brands have bigger and smaller dense sizes, but these are the 3 standard, generally speaking, sizes. You've got 8 dent, which is good for worsted weight yarn. You have 10 dent, which is great for sports weight yarn. You have 12 dent, which is for fingering or lace weight yarn. Using two heddles doubles the set or ends per inch that you can weave with two heddles. You can weave 16 dpi, 20 dpi, and 24 dpi. That's dents per inch. Doubling your set allows you to use finer yarns than are more commonly associated with standard floor loom weaving. Two heddles threaded for double weave gives a different appearance to the final cloth than cloth made by doubling the threads in the heddle. Let me repeat that again. Two heddles for double weave gives a different appearance to the final cloth than cloth made by doubling the threads in the heddle, because I hear some of you saying, oh, we can just double the threads. It looks different. So the threads are spaced out across the heddles as it would be if you were using a heddle with a higher DPI instead of just placed more closely together. So when you are doubling the threads, you're going to have a look of your cloth that is finer, and the cloth will have a finer appearance than if you're just putting 2 threads together in the slots in the hole. So weaving with two heddles as one is quite simple. Once your loom is fully dressed, once you've gotten all of the two heddles lined up, and we talked about that in the last lesson, you're simply just going to move the heddles up and down. It could not be easier, and it can be helpful to just rubber band the heddles together so that they really can move as one, and you don't have to, work on lining them up. So if your loom has space for two heddles in 2 different places, the simplest thing to do is just to bring both the heddles to the front of the loom. You could just move both of them in, separately, but that's like a wasted movement. So since you are just using them together, just pick them up and down and keep it moving. Weaving with double heddles to achieve a finer set is more easily done on the shacked cricket loom and the Becca, because except for the upshed notch on the shacked, you don't have too much that's going to impede your movement. The construction of the heddle block on most Ashford looms makes it so that you may have to just ignore them or not use them, or only use them for the heddle that is the closest to them. So because of how they're made, they only hold 1 heddle at a time. So if you have the 2 heddles together, it's going to be kind of wonky. So you may just don't use those up and down sheds, neutral, whatever. Here are some places that you're going to be able to find some project ideas and some inspiration. So you can find project ideas and inspiration on the Gist Yarn website. They actually have ideas and inspiration for both rigid heddle looms as well as floor looms, and they sell yarn that can be used on both. When you're looking, you want to look for some of the things in the floor loom category, and you can see that some of the threading calls for heddles that have a finer density than is generally on a rigid heddle loom, and in those cases just use two heddles. Also, Handwoven magazine, it has a lot of really cool projects in there, and again, if it is a project that calls for really thin yarn with a really high set, use two heddles. All right. Another, you can also get good ideas as what yarn to use on those different websites, and you'll get ideas of what the project will look woven up at a particular set, so you can decide whether or not it's worth your time to do it. So here's the other thing that I want to put out there. If you're following me, maybe or maybe not, you want to do your own thing, right? Because that's kind of sort of the whole thing that I'm about is, make your own rules, make it for you. So we use sites like Patterns, we use sites like Gist, we use the Handwoven magazine as a spark for our own inspiration. We don't have to be a slave to what's on the page. You use it to give you a guideline to help you as you're beginning, but you don't have to do it exactly as it is. So just keep that in mind, and like the world just opens up to the different things that you can do. So when you're doing this, you just want to look at the set and the yarns used, and from there you can create your own thing with the threads manufactured for weaving at a particular set, or something similar using a yarn substitution app. After this video, I have a over my shoulder video, which is weaving fine cloth, where you'll see I'm weaving fine cloth on a Cricut loom, and I am using lace weight yarn doubled. And you can see how that works out. It's pretty cool, and it's really, really simple. So in this lesson, you learn why you might want to consider using Two Heddles to weave fine cloth or lightweight cloth, how to weave with Two Heddles as one, and some places to find project ideas and inspiration. If you've got your loom warped up already, go ahead and weave along with me. Find something that catches your fancy and just like, you know, try it out and see how you like doing this. I want you to, if you haven't already, I want you to go ahead and check out my weaving community. It may or may not be open at this time. If it's open, we'd love to have you join us. We are doing all sorts of fun things in there. There is a study group just for double heddle weaving in there. And so, it could be a really fun place to find and network with other people who are learning and are on the same path together with you. And again, if you have not already, go ahead and download and print out the Beyond the Basics game board. You can fill it out as you go. And the hashtag for this particular module is creative double weaving. All right, y'all, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Leave me a comment below. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and share this video. This could be super helpful to someone. So share the video. Sharing is caring. In the next lesson, you're going to learn why you need and how to place pickup sticks for weaving layers, how to weave two separate layers of cloth, how to switch layers, how to join layers, how to weave double with cloth. All right, y'all, go ahead now, go pop some popcorn, go get a good cup of tea, because you're going to need it. This next one is a doozy, but I think it'll answer a lot of questions that y'all have. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye. See ya.